Hello and welcome. I'm Ragnar Balderson. So, I wanted to discuss what exactly traditionalists are up against and why exactly I decided to start making videos. So, what I'm referring to is the establishment, the elite of the world. You've probably heard them called globalists. These are transnational people who do not have any connections to their people or nations, and ultimately are striving for a one world type government. They're also called neoliberals, and neoliberalism is basically capitalism on steroids. It's the unholy alliance of corporation and government, in which the two work together to maximize the profits of the elite, regardless of what it costs the little people, you and me. So, in order to achieve their goals, these neoliberals try to find any and all barriers to the flow of capital and remove them. This means getting rid of borders because they inhibit the flow of capital. This means eliminating the traditional family unit because this inhibits the flow of capital. This means eliminating cultural values and traditions because these inhibit the flow of capital. Essentially, if it's something that cannot be made into a commodity, it needs to be eliminated. You'll also see that neoliberalism has led to the bastardization of culture through the commoditization of food and clothing. You can go to any Chinese restaurant and get the food, and this has also made mockery of holidays and has totally secularized them and hollowed out any real meaning to them. Think about Christmas or like St. Patrick's Day and what these holidays were supposed to represent. More and more people are having a harder time explaining what they're supposed to mean. And what neoliberalisms have made them into is essentially a family friendly event that all people of all backgrounds can enjoy, so long as they spend enough money on products they don't need. Now, in the area of the family, neoliberals want strong family ties to be broken because, as I said earlier, it inhibits the flow of capital. So, what exactly does that mean? Are you saying that simply having a family keeps you from buying and selling products? Well, it's a little more complicated than just that. You see, neoliberalism essentially makes each person a unit of capital. So, according to the system, your value is based on your marketable skills, your resume. Basically, the more skilled you are in the workplace, the more valuable you are. So, this means that neoliberalism is invested or interested in maximizing your value as a unit of capital. Well, having a family inhibits the maximization of your value in the marketplace. Having children and placing a greater priority on their well being keeps you from maximizing your market value. However, this isn't to say that neoliberalism doesn't want any kind of family. Not at all. They thrive on dysfunctional families. They still do want some semblance of a family because dysfunctional families leads to more markets. So first, there's the wedding industry. The meaning behind marriage and what a wedding is supposed to be has nearly been lost. And what it's been turned into, a wedding anyways, is essentially a fashion contest. Which bride had the prettiest dress? Who spent the most money? Who had the biggest celebration? It's not about the union of two people, of a man and a woman, in order to have kids and have a family. It has nothing to do with that anymore. And then, in addition to that, there's also divorce, which is an industry in and of itself with how much it costs just to end a failed marriage. Also, how many self-help books are out there and how many gurus are there offering their services to help fix your relationships so long as you have enough cash. This is the depth that neoliberalism has gone to in order to disrupt the natural order. They thrive on dysfunction. The only thing we can do in response is reject their system and return to the traditional ways of our ancestors. It's our only hope. Thanks for watching.